the WSC October Open Finals. We finally made it. It's been a long time coming. I think it's been a 2-week break since the semi-finals because of scheduling conflicts. But we finally made it, and we are now covering finals between Sons of Hercules and the Royal Blue Yacht Club. In the commentary box, I am joined by Intel Typhoon, Immunos, and AlexandroVillalon. And actually, do you guys want to introduce who you are? I think most people know, but
I think
maybe
we
like
need to
Immunos, they
reintroduce
wouldn't.
our states currently. We got to clarify that we're sober now, no longer ill or hungover.
True. Okay, you start then, Intel. Give us a
Um,
rundown.
so I've had the worst Halloween of my life, but I'm sober, which it could be a negative. You don't know.
It wasn't great. It wasn't great by the sounds of it. We had a little debrief beforehand, and it was not a great story. Immunos, how are you doing, mate?
Oh, fine. Just had a rough, well, not really rough couple of days, but I haven't got much sleep in because I was at like let's say a camp for these last 5 days. So just got home today, went straight to bed, slept for a couple of hours. So let's say I'm refreshed now.
Lovely. Lovely. It's good to see you again, man. And Alex, always good to have you on the coverage.
It is always happy to be here. It's actually good now that I'm quite happy I'm part of the commentators now.
Be promoted.
Always wanted to be here. Yeah, I got promoted.
Yeah. We are currently looking at a potential delay. I don't know. I need to speak to M54 about it, obviously. But Finley and Blue Squadron are currently stuck in a siege with pirates, and there's been some sort of fusion over that. So I'm not entirely sure what the situation is, but maybe we can speak to M54 about it when we get him on in 2 minutes. Intel, are you able to?
It should be over relatively soon. I believe they're on the last ship, pirates. So they should be coming soon, up 10 minutes or so.
Intel, check your DMs real quick.
Yep.
So the teams today, let's have a look. Who do we have? So we have got Sons of Hercules versus Royal Blue Yacht Club. Now, Sons of Hercules, commanded by N54. N54, actually, when we get him on, we'll have a little look. But his team submission has the Killer, 12307, All Are Balin, Creative Man 1001, This Building Man, and Commander 960. I wonder if any of those would have switched out today. I'm just having a little look at their lineup, who they've got lined up. I see a couple of changes. That'll be interesting to see what he talks about in the interview. The default lineup he has is extremely experienced, and something we saw early on in the tournament was a lot of teams were struggling to keep up with the senior experienced crews that were used to playing with each other and used to fighting in the same faction together. And Sons of Hercules is a pretty good example of it. So is Royal Blue Yacht Club. In the semi-finals, they had the Admiral of the Blue fill in for them, an extremely experienced squad as well. It'll be interesting to see what the final lineup ends up looking like. I'm just having a look now. There we go. All right. Shall we drag Jason early and have a little conversation? Let's get him up. Where is he? Here he is. Alex, you're asking the first question, by the way. Hi, N54. Good to see you,
no,
man.
you cannot have fun. That is a good question. Okay.
How are you,
Hello.
N54?
I'm very well. I think that this is good. We had Trafalgar yesterday, and now we do this. It's a good weekend. So thank you, Dylan, for that.
What was Trafalgar from your point of view?
Wow, that was a pretty massive battle. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that one side had 170 something people and the other had like 130, I thought we're all about to die. This server's gonna crack. We're all gonna be, you know, that thing that happens sometimes when you get kicked out of a server. Just a little thing comes up and says, "All right, everyone's dead." Yeah, I thought that's what's gonna happen. But no,
That's
the game somewhat held up. I am now wondering whether or not the Ardent is less lucky than the Endy, because I remember doing a 5v5 Endy battle, and that was not good.
yeah. We had a lot of good feedback actually. We had a lot of good feedback about it, and a lot of people saying it wasn't as laggy as they expected. There were some people obviously absolutely dying. I think to be fair, if I was in the
Yeah.
battle, my laptop might not have survived. But overall, really good feedback. Anyway, let's get talking about the tournament. Alex, you take us away with a good question.
54 and 54, good friend, man. How are you feeling, man? For the final battle.
The final battle.
Final.
I'm happy to fight Finley. I've heard good things about him. I've never fought him directly before, I don't think. And if I did, I don't remember. So yeah, no, I'm happy to fight Finley. I'm honestly very interested to see what the armor changes will do to this battle, because I've always been very comfortable with the Ontario. It's probably my favorite ship to command in Rook. It's very maneuverable, and you can just do kind of whatever you want. But the armor changes means that what was very good before might not be exactly as good now. Um, Obviously, I wonder if the French will still be the preferred opening, given that there's more armor now, so there's less of a penalty to just, charging and then getting really close and then doing a lot of damage that way. Um, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm somewhat of I like to brawl. I'll be very honest with you. I really hope we brawl today. But if Finley wants to do the French, there might not be much I can do about it. We'll see. We'll see.
Right, yeah. The armor
But yeah.
changes for sure. Yeah, they're definitely going to bring them some new maneuvers. Where we'll be happy to see those. How do you see the crew, man? How's the crew? Are they hyped? Hyped for the battle? Are they ready?
I mean,
Are
I
they
have complete confidence in
in?
my crew. I brought in the best that I have. Literally. I brought in my best Marine. I brought in my best gunnery officer. I brought in my second in command killer, who's probably the best sailor in the entire squadron. So I basically grabbed an A team here and put them on a ship. And
Good to
even
hear,
the,
good to
the
hear.
creative man, who they can't be here or Ace, they top the charts in Caddis when it comes to reload, and they're very, very useful people. They're very resourceful. I am concerned that maybe I won't have as much of an edge when it comes to the barrel fire response due to the fact that now there's smoke. So the recent changes to the game will affect the battle quite a lot, I think, because it's something that you guys mentioned last time that we had a bit of an advantage there. Because whenever we got a barrel fire, we just immediately put it out because we had good communication or whatever. That might not be the case anymore because, well, now when there's a barrel fire, there's smoke, so everyone is alerted about it always, right? So we'll
That's
have to
true.
see whether or not
That's true.
that's
That is true.
we've lost
Very
a bit
good.
of advantage in terms of us knowing the game better because we have more experience. I think that's true.
I think that will make
But
things more
overall,
interesting.
it will make things more interesting. It mixes it up. It makes the game a bit more different. It makes it more fresh. So I'm excited to see how the game has changed with the new changes in a more competitive battle. But I still have a lot of confidence in my crew. As I said, I did bring the absolute best of the best in their fields. So you know, I have a lot of confidence in my crew.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. I have one final question then before we let you get back to your team, and then we're going to go and analyse. We won't be able to get Finley on before the battle because, as I said, there's some scheduling issues with Blue, but they're on their way as soon as they can. I have one final question. Before this, me and Intel, we were discussing our favourite university meal to cook. What's your favourite meal to cook?
What is my favorite meal to cook?
Yeah, give us
I'm
a
not sure about
go-to.
university, but spaghetti, sir. It's like the one good thing that I
Bolognese?
can cook to some sort of high degree. So yeah,
Bolognese,
no,
or are we talking like
I,
spaghetti hoops?
I mean, no, like proper spaghetti. I mean, it's not very hard.
Okay,
You
that's
just get
good.
a spaghetti on the thing, and then you make
That's a
some.
good
You
answer.
cut some onions up, some garlic,
I was
put some
googling a
sauce in,
recipe.
and voila, got it.
That is good. I used to make that. I make that as well at uni. I used to meal prep it. It's so good. To make huge bulk portions. Anyway, I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully, Blue Squadron will get here. IBOAC will get here as soon as possible. Team's looking very strong, and we look forward to seeing what you do. Hopefully, it'll be a good battle. Good luck.
All right. Thank you guys for organizing this event, and I will see you later. Goodbye.
Bye. All right, that was lovely. That was very pleasant. Let's discuss then the tournament as a whole and how we've got here. Intel, let's pull up the overall bracket that we're looking at, and so everyone can have a little look. I will give out admin Neo in a second. But I want to have a little discussion about the bracket as a whole. Which do you think so far, Immunos, which matchup so far has been the closest battle we've seen?
Let me check the
You can check it on Intel
brackets.
stream.
Yeah.
Intel stream.
I gotta go with Evil Marines and Sons of Hercules. It was the first battle we commentated, and yeah, that was pretty epic. In all 3 rounds, it basically went to the last couple of milliliters of water. So I think that was definitely the most intense and most fun round, at least in my opinion.
That's true. I actually agree with that one. It was a really close battle. It was the most entertaining battle. Here's a little hint. I know Blue Squad's not watching, but N54 it didn't include the French opening, at least for the most interesting round. It did not include the French opening, as he recalls. So, would be great to not see the French opening again. Maybe I'll go DM Finley and tell him just sail into them, please. Who is your money on? Let's get predictions from the 3 of you. Now, we did a poll in the WSC announcements channel, who's going to win, as we did for every single match. And for this one, Spain, Hercules got 30 votes, whereas RBYC only got 13. Now, I do think that's because people just root a little bit for Sons of Hercules. I think RBYC is a little bit less of a fan favorite. But let's see, what do you think? Immunos, hit me with your prediction first. Score prediction, who's going to win?
I think it'll be a close matchup, but I think I got to lean something to RBYC, and I'm going to say it's going to end up 2-1 to their.
2-1.
Yeah, 2-1 to them.
Alex, what do you think?
I think my money's on blue, that's for sure. It's going to be a hard battle, though. I think it's going to be a very close battle.
Your money's on blue? What are you saying, 2-1, 2-0?
2-1, I think, for blue.
2-1. And Intel. Give me a different score, Intel. You can't say 2-1, but
This is
if you had
unfair,
2-2-1s,
No,
I want to hear
because
something different.
I don't think
Thrown under the bus.
I can't
Give me a sit rep.
imagine 2 good teams who've been consistent throughout. I can't imagine this being a decisive victory for one. I think if it's a decisive victory for one, it's definitely going to be. It'll be interesting. It'll be absolutely interesting. But the issue is my heart does lie with Blue Squadron. But I could easily see it. I can see it going either way. To be fair, I can really see the Spanish taking it.
So who's your money on? If you had to put £10 on it right now, I'm saying you have to put money on it. Who are you putting money on?
A pint of Guinness in London on it.
A pint of Guinness from London. What are you putting the pint of Guinness on?
It'd have to be Royal Blue.
Oh, we got 3 Royal Blue supporters. I mean, the problem is, right, Royal Blue, they're my team. I actually own RBYC. I love Finley. I chose Finley to lead the team. Great decision by me, by the way. But it's kind of boring if we all predict BYC. Both teams have been so strong. Sons of Hercules, right? They've been here early. They arrived early. RBYC, they're late. They're on their way right now. They're actually just finished the siege. But they're going to be a little bit all over the place. They're not going to be prepared, maybe right in the right headspace. A little bit out of sorts because of the siege event they've just done with pirates. I'm actually going to put my Guinness prediction on Sons of Hercules. Also, mostly so that way we have some variation. But that's my prediction. Shall we see, while we're still waiting, shall we interview someone from the stage?
I think so.
Put your hands up if you wanna, if you're willing to be interviewed, and we can talk to you. about favorite, I don't know, Windward event, something like that.
Favorite university
Who's-
meal?
Interested in being involved. The Elite Beast. Anyone know who this fella is? He's from the UK. Let me do a little background check first. Make sure I'm not inviting an Al Ghazi or something.
No, no,
Oh,
no,
he's a
no,
blue
no,
gunner.
No, he's clear, he's clear, he's clear, he's clear.
he was in my crew.
All right, let's get him up. Let's get him up.
Hello,
let's get him
hello,
up.
hello.
I think we had Gorilla Barge. Hey, Elite Beast. Good to meet you for the first time, I think.
Yeah. Probably, yeah. Don't
How-
think I spoke to you
How?
when you were in
How?
April.
Oh, that was a long time ago. How
Yeah.
is Blue Squadron doing?
Take a guess.
I wouldn't dare to comment. I wouldn't dare to guess.
Yeah.
Were you at the Battle of Trafalgar last night?
Yeah.
How
was
was
good.
it on the Temeraire?
Very nice.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Who is your money on this evening?
Well, if it could be, it would be on Scotland, but they're not here right now, so I'll go with just a little change up. I'll go with the Spanish, just because I like their uniforms.
Yes. Their uniforms are great, aren't they? I actually really love the Spanish uniforms. The UK
Yeah.
ones have just been updated, but where is it? There was one over here. I mean, first of all, N54s and Killers ones look so nice. The little sashes, look so good. And then, where's the other one? There was another fella, I think it was Ace, who had a really nice uniform. The new Royal Navy uniforms, can I just say, they look suave as hell. Look at this one,
What
man.
ones? Oh, that.
I'm looking at Alex's. Sorry, I'm looking at
I haven't
Alex's.
got any yet.
But also, like some of the new uniforms, the officer uniforms, the lieutenant uniforms, things like that are really, really smooth. I really love it. So is that a Scottish accent? It is, right?
Yes, I would assume
Well, it doesn't sound thick enough to be Glaswegian.
it's.
So
it's not
I'm gonna
Glaswegian,
guess.
No.
Are you from Edinburgh?
Nope.
Oh, Inverness.
Not that north.
Dundee. No.
Not that north. I was gonna say it
That's a
doesn't
cheat.
sound that north. To be fair, I don't know why I went Inverness. Stirling.
I'm not going to comment on one of the people's predictions on where I live.
What
I
do you
think Intel was
see?
correct. I
Oh
think
my
Intel might have been right.
Yeah.
What did Intel
I-
say?
We hold many records here. Not good ones.
What did?
You hold
There
a
are
good
these
where are you
airport.
at?
there are
Hold a good
these two
airport.
stadiums that are very close to each other. Dylan, you might know.
Oh yeah, no, I know the ones you mean. My family's from Glasgow. I don't
Ah,
sound it, I know, but I'm half Scottish. That's why I ask. Not much
okay.
going on. Where
Blue
you're
are
at, though.
starting to fill up.
Nah.
Starting to fill up.
Are you finally getting blue arriving?
Yeah, we are. We've got Finley, Ivory, you say man, and Cash tries.
Zone.
So they're starting to fill up now. I think the siege is over.
The Elite Beast,
Speaking
you
of-
know Blue Squadron well. You know Blue Squadron well. Who do you think is their maybe standout member? Who's the most skilled member from their team that you're seeing lining
Most
up right now?
skilled. It kind of depends
Yeah.
on what you mean by
Someone that could
what area.
someone that could really turn the tide of the battle, let's say, or you know, a lot of teams have one bloke maybe who's really good at PvP or really
Well,
good at
I'm gonna
gunnery.
say not Ivory, as Ivory will be looking at a cat the whole time. So, let's
Okay,
go
Ivory's
with
not a
okay.
bloke. Is Ivory a bloke? You'll
Hi,
never know.
Ivory. Don't know. Let's go with Zon, because Zon's good at gunnery and he's been a marine for a little recently.
That's going to be
Good
interesting.
combination.
I would love to see boarding going on or some sort of PvP. I don't think it's going to happen. It would be extremely lucky if it happened. It's not the kind of event where you risk a boarding action or anything, but it would be super cool to see. You know, on the off chance. Admittedly, I think the Spanish team might have an advantage if there was PvP. I don't think Ivory's very good at PvP. I'm not sure Finley's very good at PvP. I know back when I was commanding, I was terrible at PvP. So it will be interesting to see. Here's
You know,
the new
I think
uniforms I was talking.
I think Blue actually have an advantage here because if you know they was at a siege earlier, so they were firing cannons and all that, and so you know they've got the warm up that Spain don't.
But
True.
could you
I
not say
reckon.
that
That's a good point.
on the
Good
counter
point, but
hand
they
that's
were on
fatigue?
Endymions, I think.
They were on Endymions,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true
but-
as well. And fatigue can play a big impact in battles. We do know that. You slow down adrenaline wears off.
That is true. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. That's for sure. Oh,
I
and
think
Blue
Blue
have
Squadron
spawned
is
in.
ready.
They have spawned in. Yes.
Yeah. It's morning time. All right, listen, Elite Beast, it's been a pleasure talking, mate. Thanks. Nice to meet you. And we'll have to talk again sometime soon.
Sure.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Okay, so we've made our predictions. We're thinking, I mean, most of the commentary boxes predicting RBYC win. The community is predicting a Sons, or I don't know, supporting Sons of Hercules. I see a lot of Spaniards supporting Sons of Hercules. I think the French are probably supporting Sons of Hercules. I would guess Royal Navy is supporting RBYC. I remember seeing Log tell me that if Blue doesn't win, he's gonna do something bad. I can't remember what it was, admin abuse or something. Yeah, I'm gonna admin define Neo. We do have people on the WSC media team taking photos, which is nice. And there was a lot of people super happy about the WSC Trafalgar battle photos that he took last night. So hats off to him. Finley says he's taking a shit, and then he'll be back with us. So just give us a moment, and we'll be getting the battle started. Then we'll see what goes on. We'll see any changes to the strategy. Iminos, actually, you're kind of the expert on set. Oh, it's so far away. Right, they need to restart.
Oh wow.
Well,
Okay.
I would love seeing Carnates, but I don't think it's a fair choice, since they do take slightly longer to reload and are not really that precise when it goes down to longer range gunnery. But I mean, if you want to get up close, and since the armor buff has happened, it might work. But I think everyone will go with the usual long range, long cannons on the gun deck and carronades on the weather deck. Since there are fewer people on the weather deck, and they might not be able to fire cannons that much. Every higher poundage does help.
So you're suggesting carronades on the weather deck?
Yes.
That will be interesting to see. I mean, with the new armor update, so for people that aren't aware, there was a big armor update in between the semi-finals and the finals. So a lot of teams did a lot of practice. Both of these teams did prep work and practice. RBYC did a lot of practice in terms of preparations, in terms of practice battles. Sons of Hercules are also well prepped. RBYC managed to get past some serious teams as well in previous rounds. Or start battle on 10 minutes past. And they all had strategies. However, the new updates and the new changes will be causing adjustments to strategy all the time. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. And the start battle timer has been unleashed, yeah. This
okay, so
going to be...
On the weather deck of the Caddo ship, we can see carronades, but on the blue ship, there's only long guns. So we're going to see difference in strategies here.
That's exactly what Iminos was talking about.
That is exactly what he's talking about. As we see the sail set.
Both of these teams yesterday were allies in the Trafalgar battle. Blue Squadron commanded the HMS Temeraire, while Spain commanded the Royal Sovereign. So, both experienced, to say the least. I'm also getting DMs telling me that Andor have a lot of interest in the regatta. Good for
I can
Andor.
just say, you can see the Windy shots slowly coming in.
They are slowly coming in. This is very intense. Let's get the elevator music. Up until the...
We need Pirates of the Caribbean playing in the background.
I'll just have the liquidator.
True, we do need that.
We wouldn't get banned off YouTube, bro.
Oh, yeah. Copyright.
I've now been told that Andor slander is... Andor slander is not forced, unfortunately.
I think Spain has weather gauge slightly, but I think they did get it. So they
From
might
the
have
looks
an
of it,
early advantage.
it's quite even from the looks of it. I think Spain have it by a little bit, but not enough to actually matter. So
Let's see
are we
if
going to see
anyone
a French
thinks
opening? That's what I'm
downwind.
curious about. Are we
I
going to see
think
a
it's
French
too
opening?
late.
It's a bit of a Mexican
It's
standoff.
too late for
It's a bit of a
that.
Mexican standoff right now. Well, whichever team
If
turns
you-
first chooses whether it's a Mexican standoff. Finley has somebody, I think Ivory has gone up the mizzen. That could be an indication of an intention to turn downwind if they strike that spanker. Do you see that?
Yeah, he's turning downwind.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. This is why
Oh,
we
Mr. Ram.
clash.
Are we going to see a ram here? No, we're not. That was
No, we definitely are seeing a ram.
right. Blue are committing to the turn.
That was a nice grape shot from
Oh.
Finley.
Blue is it's a good broadside, but that stern exposure is gonna cost them this early
Yeah,
in the
but
battle.
Spain didn't get any shots off on that stern.
Spain got a
Blue's
good
got a
grape
bit
shot
there.
on the eye there.
I think
that
Spain
might
is
have-
turning in again. Spain is going for the stern rake.
That is interesting. Okay.
Blue's count-
Let's see what the Royal Blue Yacht Club does.
See some aggressive maneuvers from Cadiz here, from Sons of Hercules. Sorry.
I mean, from what I can remember,
Look
they were
at
they were very passive in their last couple of engagements. So it's very interesting, seeing them this aggressive.
Yeah, that is interesting. And Finley has a stern exposed now. Some slow turning here.
Yeah, that grape shot didn't
It's-
help Blue at all.
yeah. The Sons of Hercules have not actually taken advantage of it. They have turned a bit too much.
late.
They've overshot. So I think that will give
Stern's still
Blue a little
exposed. That turn is still
breathing
exposed.
space. And they are
Those
turning
shots,
again.
that early broadside, Spain. The early broadside from Sons of Hercules is going to give them a little bit of an advantage in this broadside battle. Which ships are on their weak side? That's the question. I see Blue is still, I believe, on their weaker side. Sons of Hercules,
Blue,
Yes, they are.
Hercules are on
they are.
their stronger side, comparatively to the first broadside. Oh, we see Blue turning in now.
Blue are turning.
Blue are going
Okay.
for the stern rake. This is an aggressive play, and I love to see it. It's reminiscent of the old Windward and Dimian 1v1s, where it would just be a battle of stern raking, which is kind of peak Windward, I would say. I don't know what you guys think.
Obviously, stern rating is more buffed now with the armor update. The sterns have not been upgraded at all, which makes them definitely a good target for.
I think
Especially in Ontario.
Spain might be in
Yeah.
trouble here. Spain might be in trouble. I don't think they're going to get a good turn here. If
Blue have struck
Royal
their
Blue
spanker.
can get a couple of good shots because they're not in bear now.
Blue, if they take the advantage.
Sons of Hercules have struck their jibs really quickly
Jibs,
and
yeah.
their stay sails. So they're able to get a really quick turn. And actually, they're turning a little bit quicker than Blue. Blue... Oh, good. I can't tell if Blue are hitting their shots.
I saw a few misses from the Blue, which is a bit interesting at this range.
So did
But now
I.
they're hitting. Now they found the.
That might
That might
just
have been because they're.
might have been graphical glitches, to be fair. Don't know.
Could be. Or, the waves rocking the ship up and down. Makes aiming a bit harder.
True.
Especially on smaller ships like the Ontario Cruiser Prince.
True.
That sort of. But
What we're seeing is because they're both in a intense sailing battle rather than a gunnery battle, there's so much crew maneuvering. Both ships are striking sails, setting sails, striking sails. I think on the blue ship that's Ivory who is in charge of setting and striking. And on the Spanish ship, I can't tell who it is, but they're also constantly setting and striking. But what that's going to do is it's really going to hamper their gunnery. So unlike previous battles, this is not about just outgunning your opponent anymore. This is about maneuvering. And right now, I think Blue have the advantage since they're facing downwind slightly. They can build speed and go for that stern.
Oh, actually, they're not going to get the stern because since Ontario is such a small ship and it's so, like quick, they can get the turn very easily. And well, Spain now has the weather gauge. I think the Spanish are very kind of slow. Let's see how they're looking in the Orlop. I think they have a lot of people in the Orlop.
Both ships are on their weak sides right now.
Yes.
Blue just
Spain-
had pumps, but they only have one pumper now.
Spain has
Spanish
3
have
people down in the
3.
Orlop, and they're slowly starting to get some water.
Spain have 2 pumpers. That is dangerous
Yes,
territory.
Spain is around 40% flooded, so
Blue's
they
Blue appears to be
got
cycled.
battered.
Blue side
Blue
switching.
has to-
If they can get an effective side switch, they'll be in such a dominant position if they can engage before Spain does. This could be
It
huge.
always is down though to whoever decides to side switch early, because the sooner you're able to get off,
Yeah, I
the
think-
better side.
I've seen some really good moves from the captains here. This is different to what we've seen before, where it's just French opening, upwind, slow battles. Here, it's actually a old battle from 2023, 2024, that sort of era.
Really glad to see it. One thing we saw in the previous match that Sons of Hercules were engaged in, crew management. So when they were fighting evil marines, they got so many powder barrel fires, but because they're so good at crew maneuvering, crew management, they were able to put them out instantly, really well organized in that front. So regarding all-upping and things like that, they'll be fine there. Interestingly, Blue seems to have just maybe blundered. I don't quite know what's gone on there, because they've just been stern raked in what was a winning position, and now they're back on their weaker side. So they've been unable to side switch. I don't know if... Wait, are they on their weaker side? Can't really tell. 'Cause they're both-
Yeah, they're turning into the weak side.
I'm pretty confident that is indeed their weaker side. And Spain has managed to also stay on their weaker side, but
I do believe that
Has
Blue is
much
going to
better.
keep the turn here and just go and side switch off.
yeah, you're right.
That would the move here.
That being
I
said,
think they're going to send all down and just keep the ship afloat. Yeah, they are getting 2 pumpers and sending everyone down to the Orlop.
see, that's the strategy
Yeah.
across all of Windward now. Is the moment you're out of there, you immediately send everybody down to go cover.
And Blue is like they have 0% water or very close to 0. They're not struggling at all. They do have a couple of holes, but their water level is completely fine. Now they do have weather gauge, so let's see if Blue can use it.
The only one thing that's a really slow turn from Blue. If I was Blue... Okay, there we go. Blue's finally turning, but that did feel a little bit slow. Could have been a bit quicker if you wanted to try and capitalize on a potential, not maybe stern rake, but maybe a quarter camp. It felt like Blue turned really slowly there. Because look, now they're floating out a bear. I was not impressed by that, actually.
Well, the thing with Ontario is you can't... I mean, yeah, obviously you can get a quarter cam, but when you have 2 such good captains, it's basically impossible to quarter cam someone.
To be fair to Blue, they only have 1 sailor from the looks of it, and Finley is doing his own mainmast, which could be an explanation to the slow turn.
That's true. That's true. I can't be too harsh on my own boys. I did pick these guys. Finley, I love you. I love you, I swear. Please forgive me. We're now in a bit of a gunnery battle. We've gone down to traditional gunnery duel, but once again, we're in the same position where Spain is backwinding, Sons of Hercules are backwinding, but RBYC is downwind, giving them a slight advantage potentially. Let's see if they're able to capitalize. Spain is still on that weaker larboard side. I can't tell if I just made a mistake earlier with their sides, but I'm pretty sure the Spanish larboard side is much weaker than the Sons of Hercules starboard side. Maybe I'm mistaken. I might have just missed that.
No, the larboard side of the blue ship is strong, while the Sons of Hercules ship, I believe it's also the starboard.
The Sons of Hercules
I think they-
starboard is also battered, but
It's very close here, but Blue Squadron does have 2 pumpers now. I think they...
Oh.
Indeed
oh,
did
Spain
lose.
wins! Sons of Hercules wins! Jesus Christ! I did not expect that. I did not expect that. I was not locked in. Wow. What a battle that one was. What a battle that one was. It was really, really close. I don't know what you guys thought there. We were clearly out of the loop. Clearly came down.
Well, yeah, they got a lot of water very, very fast. You could just see them sinking and well going down, below the water line very quickly, and then they just sunk.
I think I did say some of the slight delays on sailing. Obviously, you can put it down to lacking sailors and whatnot. But the Spanish, the Sons of Hercules, in the previous couple of battles in the semis and the quarters were just so good at crew management, so good at moving their crew around because they're experienced with each other. I think that probably does give them a slight edge there. That being said, RBYC are also very experienced with each other. Very strong crew as well, so it's going to be interesting to see if they can put it back in the second round. Do you reckon, Iminos, we're going to see any changes to the strategy, or do you reckon we're going to get the same thing again?
Well, Blue Squadron, Blue Yacht Club has a very specific strategy, set. I don't think we're going to see the French opening. Well, we might, but since the armor has been changed and they both have decided not to do the French in the first round, well, I don't know. They might change it because it has worked for them before, and they prioritize their gunnery. So I don't know. We might be seeing the French this round.
That would be interesting. I sure hope not, though, because that was a very exciting battle. A very exciting battle indeed, and I'm super happy it went well. It's always fun. I mean, we have 24 people in the audience currently, 25 people now, and 26 now. The audience is growing for whatever reason, but it's always more enjoyable, especially people in the audience, to see far more dynamic battle, let's say. Gunnery battles, they can be fun, but far more of a test of skill for the whole crew if it's dynamic. Welcome to anyone who's just joined the audience and is joining us for our coverage. This is the second round of the WSC October final. Royal Blue Yacht Club 0, Sons of Hercules 1.
Hey, Spain has again forgot to set their flags.
Shaking my head. That should be a point penalty. Rematch ban for Hercules. My photos are ruined if there's no flags. Okay, there we go. They've set the foremast pennant at least.
There we go.
There we go.
Alex, while we watch this engagement, what's your go-to meal that you would cook?
Meal. I had rice with eggs, egg fried rice, like a few hours ago.
Bro said rice with eggs instead of egg fried rice.
Yeah, egg fried rice. Egg fried rice. I think that's definitely good.
Egg fried rice is good. That's a good answer. It's healthy as well.
It is
a good answer. It's also so easy. I had it today, in fact.
Yeah, I'm not a good chef, man. I can't cook, so.
That's fair. I was giving Intel some of my old suggested recipes that were like within 10 minutes. And that's why it comes up, because we were having a lengthy discussion about what we cook and what we eat, and Intel was telling me what he eats, and I was like,
I think Blue has the weather gauge here, very, very slightly.
I don't know. I think Spain. Oh lord, are they about to ram?
We're going to see a boarding action here.
We're going to see a ram GG here.
Blue looks prepared.
Boarding action.
He looks very prepared.
They're on it.
Oh, they've gone. Spain have blundered there. They all just fell off. Well, most of them did. And Killer's now on the.
Oh my god. What is going on? Blue are screwed. Blue are cooked. This is such a bad position for Blue. If Spain can get their guns firing, I realize they have a tiny crew, so it's obviously difficult. But if Spain can get their guns firing, they can get easy shots here. However, if Blue dislodge, they can get stern rake, which is actually obviously far stronger than the bow rake here.
If Blue inverts their turn right now, they can be well have a stern rake. But if Spain backs here, Blue Squadron doesn't. Oh. Blue needs to back their main. Oh no. Okay, they're committing to the turn. They're going to switch their side.
That is a wasted
Oh,
stern
that's-
rake there.
It's
Deadly.
a bizarre
But that
move.
was making
I'm not entirely.
Hercules the advantage.
Royal Blue Yacht Club
what
wouldn't get
happened
a stern rake hit there. They would get quarter game there. They wouldn't
it was
be
a
able
bigger
to turn
crew
fast
issue
enough.
there.
I think Iminos is right.
It was a
I
good
think Spain
decision by
did
Finley.
Spain do have the extra broadsides off though, but I think Finley is committing to the turn and they're striking the stay sails. So we're going to see a close turn here.
This round is must win. This round is must win. So what we saw there was that neither team wanted to give up the weather gauge in that turn because of how influential it was in the previous battle. And especially with Finley losing that previous one, they cannot afford to lose and they cannot afford mistakes like that. But that's another mistake by Blue. They haven't turned quick enough. They're getting stern raked at point blank range. This is going to hurt so badly. He's just been absolutely mauled there. I can see Ivory back up on the masts.
Powder barrel on the full on blue ship. There's a powder barrel, and that is going to hurt them a lot, especially in the stern rake as well.
That is going to hurt them.
That is going to hurt them a lot.
In the semis, let's not forget Sons of Hercules against Evil Marines. They had 2 powder barrel fires, still came back and won. I am rooting for Blue in this battle purely for the sake of an interesting fight.
Ben is
Blue,
going
if I was
again
Blue,
for another
man, I would-
stern rake.
Oh, God, what is Blue doing?
I think
here?
this might be a finishing blow. They
gonna
were
hurt
very
Blue.
unlucky with
What?
that powder
I
barrel.
think it's a bit
I
too
don't
early
get
to
the
call.
turning. I don't get the turning. In my opinion,
They're
right, I've always
showing
thought
their
this, if you're in
they're
a
showing their stern.
I think you've got to be building distance personally and resetting the battle. He's sent himself back into the engagement in a very weak position.
That's the thing, I really can't see the vision here from Blue, unless there's a great master plan behind this all.
Well, don't forget if Sons of Hercules gets a powder keg, that will turn the tides to Blue Squadron. So I think that's what they're gambling on
True.
currently.
But again, the Sons of Hercules are very good at putting out powder barrel fires. Their crew management has been a theme of their success throughout this tournament, and they've been repeatedly able to deal with those sort of issues. Best teams in this tournament have been able to
Blue does have
manipulate
two
their crew
permanent
composition
pumpers.
in like seconds.
Blue does only have 1 gunner, 2 pumpers, and one sailor.
They are struggling
now-
now. We're going to
Yeah.
God, this could be
Blue
it. This
is
could be
indeed
it.
struggling. They're barely shooting, while on the other hand, Spain is doing well.
They are.
They have their gun deck fully manned, and only one person in the orlop, and he is not even. Oh wait, well they have no one in the orlop, so Spain is very well just doing their thing. I
Yeah,
think
this is it. I
this
think.
might be it. Yes, it indeed is. Wow, I did not expect that at all.
It's pretty poor decision making, I think, on the blue side. I just didn't understand some of the times they turned in. I was like, where's he going? I don't get it. We'll get to ask him in a minute.
That's an unfortunate powder barrel for the blue ship there. I think that did hurt them a lot.
Well, I think they were cooked. I think they were cooked long before the powder barrel. I can't lie.
I think that
A
just
rough one. Let's get them
early.
both on the stage. We'll get a little interview with both of them, and see what they have to say. It will be very interesting to see what Finley has to say about his decision making in that final. I can't say I understood some of the decisions, especially that turn in towards the end, which basically gave Spain a free stern rake if they just kept going forward. I don't know if he was trying to side switch or what. Also the decision to ram but then not turn upwind, in my opinion. I remember when we used to ram back in blue sometimes, you would be turning your sails upwind so that you were basically floating into the enemy, which meant that once the ramming stopped, you sort of sprung forward, you know what I mean, with the momentum. That often gave you a stern rake. Now I realise Iminos later on, he might not be able to get the stern rake because of the angle, but it was an interesting one for sure. I wasn't quite sure what was the decision making at the end. But what a final result. What a final result. let's have a little look at. Let me just quickly brief myself on the bracket by the very end and see the route Sons of Hercules has made. So Sons of Hercules, they defeated Evil Marines 2-1. That was a tough fight for them, to be fair, another entertaining one. Sons of Hercules have always made it entertaining for us. RBYC, they defeated the French James Boat and the French LeBron. Both of those teams defeated by RBYC. Sons of Hercules also defeated the Autism Avengers, which was a blue squadron gunnery crew. So Sons of Hercules defeated blue twice here, realistically. That's a sad day for blue squadron. I'm just kidding. And they've now 2-0 walked the RBYC team in a pretty epic finale. I think the finale lived up to the hype and the expectations, to be fair. What do you guys think?
Definitely did, yeah.
I was a big fan of the first battle, but finally seeing that boarding action that we've been talking about, although perchance not intentional, still nonetheless interesting to see.
Absolutely. We'll be getting other people up to talk as well, but just to start with, let's have a little conversation with Finley. Finley is the captain and team principal, the Royal Blue Yacht Club in the WSC October Open. What happened there, man?
Well, it's two things, but I think the more important one is that N54 is just a better commander. That's the reality. That's something I'm fine with. He's been around far longer than I am, and he has far more experience in the sort of commanding style that was the sort of brawl. That's where he shines. I'm less experienced than that. The second point being I'm just a bit out of it today. We had a big siege against pirates, which was a nightmare, apparently, the schedule. So that was a whole other thing, but that's just an excuse that doesn't change the facts.
I respect that. We did predict that, to be fair. We were having a little debate over whether it would be an advantage to do the battle before or a disadvantage. I said fatigue might set in and the whole thing might be a little bit more difficult. What was the decision-making there? Obviously, you say you ram Sons of Hercules. What is the thinking the moment you're now stuck in this bizarre little boarding action situation? What are you thinking?
I mean, I told my crew we were going to be doing a little bit of boarding, but we actually completely, the Sons of Hercules did a way better job boarding us than we did them, even though we were totally prepared for it. Two of them came up my larboard side, and I swung 6 times, hit none of them. Don't even know how that came to be, but it did. But yeah, just wanted to get a little ram in. I was hoping to get weather gauge, but I actually lost it out slightly, so I was like, well, it's going to be another... He's going to outsail me again. Unfortunately, I saw it coming a mile away. I was just hoping for the weather gauge, but didn't get it, so it's fine. I just had to try and make the best out of it, but just turning down wind, keep turning down wind, hopefully avoid a stern rig, but it's difficult to do in Ontarios.
Turns we were a little bit perplexed by. There was one turn where you turned, it was during the gunnery brawl when you were both maneuvering, and you turned larboard across the bow of the Sons of Hercules ship. We were just curious, what was the thinking there? Because that almost exposed you straight away to a stern rake. Was there some sort of, was you on the weaker side? Was you trying to side switch? What was going on there?
Oh, that was, okay, yeah, that was a side switch. We were 70 on the strong side, 30 on the weak side, and we were getting a bunch of holes. I was like, not a fan of that, little side switch. And,
That's fair. That's fair.
Just a side switch. To us, I can't even quite remember that, but I remember making one turn I didn't want to make because of the side, but I've already sort of forgotten about the Pacific, so my memory isn't too good.
Anyone else have any questions? Alex?
What's your favourite meal?
No, we're not doing that one. We're not doing that one. Listen, I love the favourite meal question.
They may be thinking about doing the French in the second round.
I agreed before the battle that we wouldn't do that. It's just, look, it works, right? It definitely works, and it would completely take me away from having to deal with N54's ruling, which would definitely be in my favor. But everyone's seen the French opening 100 times, and don't want to see it another time, do I? I just don't want to do it.
I respect that immensely, and I appreciate that. We're a little bit worried about the risk of just a French Open, but I'm really pleased that it didn't go that way. On a final note then, first of all, you've done really well. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Intel hit him with it, bro.
So Finley, of course, you've done quite a few battles with various ranges of commanders from across the genre. What are the big things that you're going to take away, and will it affect your normal commander in normal battles?
Oh Christ, I don't know.
Has there anything that shocks you from any commanders?
Bro, that's the most Royal Navy Academy exam question I've ever heard.
It is
Whereas-
reminiscent. To be honest, no disrespect to the previous commanders, but M54 was definitely a cut above all of them. All the other battles felt so straightforward, where I didn't really have to do much advanced sailing, just my gunnery's going to win this, it's fine. And to be honest, I've seen every M54 command in other battles, I know exactly what he's like, and I'm still trying to build up my experience to sort of deal with that. I'm still not there yet, but working on it. So I guess I just got to devise that anti-N54 strategy, and then I'll be sound.
The anti-N54 strat. How does N54 compare to other commanders you've seen in the genre, then, do you think? As a whole, not just in the tournament.
I think he might just be one of the best I've seen. I don't know if I can definitively say he's the best, but I can't think of better people at the moment. Every other crew commander I've been against sort of relies more on the quality of their crew, whereas N54 definitely is a cut above the rest of just
He's
sheer
got
commanding.
shit crew. He's saying he's got shit crew.
Well,
I'm joking. Oh lord.
I would argue
Just
that
through
our
has
gunnery's
nothing.
basically always been better than Spain's gunnery.
My mate
I think
Sushi will not be happy.
Uh,
Anyway, any other questions from anyone in the commentary section?
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, did I enjoy it? Sorry, I was just reading something. Of course I enjoyed it. It was fun. My entire crew, we listened to SpongeBob music for all our battles so far, every single one.
It's good to hear.
If anyone wants to peep the playlist, I'll throw it in lounge.
And finally, Finley, before we wrap up with you, obviously, I don't know if you've heard, but the Regatta League might be coming back in December. Should we expect to see RBYC in the Regatta League? And if so, would you think you would be into leading RBYC once again?
I might be discussing it with Iminos because traditionally it was him who did it in the past, right? And I wouldn't want to necessarily take that away from him if he wants to do it again. If he doesn't, absolutely, I want to. But as for RBYC, I'm happy to let Iminos take that helm.
I think that's up to Dylan in the end, since he owns the team.
So I guess we don't know, actually. No one knows.
I just spin a wheel every day and just decide who commands based on that. Anyway, Finley, it's been a pleasure talking, mate. Thank you so much for participating. Bad luck in the final. Is there a prize for the finalists? I kind of forgot my own prizes. Oh lord, what do I have to hand out?
We'll get back to you on that one. We'll get back to you on that one.
Finley, I think there is a prize. There is a prize for second place. That's what I'm trying to get at here. The prize pool. Oh yeah, 5. Oh lord, I increased it. Jesus Christ! You get 1,000 Robux for your winning team. Congratulations.
Yay!
Let me know how you're going to distribute that, and
Yeah, we'll do.
I'll get in contact with you regarding that. Thanks so much, Finley. Have a nice day.
Alright, thank you, bye.
Finley, everything.
All right. Right, now we're going to drag N54 up, and if he wants, N54 can then pick members of his team to come and join him, in a minute. Okay. So first we'll drag N54. We spoke to N54 before the battle. We have a lot of questions and a lot to talk about, and then we can also talk to his crew and his winning team, who have won 5,000 Robux. As I've now discovered, I kind of forgot that I increased the prize pot. 5,000 Robux. N54, welcome. Congratulations.
Hello. Yes, I'm back. I mean, I kind of wish you didn't say that about me bringing the crew up here because now they're all pinging me everywhere.
But you don't have to bring them up. I don't mind if they don't come up. I just thought they're all harassing us in the
No, yes,
chat.
I love that.
Be interesting to see some of them. How did that go?
You're pinging me.
How was it?
Went wonderfully, honestly. The first round, that's my type of battle. I love that. You know, just a straight up brawl. I was confused by the fact they didn't seem to turn up wind after the brawl. I'm not sure what that's about. You know, I mean, the classic logo opening. You know, just kind of go downwind and turn up really quickly, strike your jibs, boom, and there you are, right? I was surprised from that commanding position. I thought in the second round That was absolutely mortal. To turn downwind in that position is a really bad idea. And they exposed me the stern, but it wasn't even the first big stern rake that we got on them. It was every single other stern rake that we got on them afterwards because of the stern spiral. So yeah.
It was the classic stern death loop, which we haven't seen in like genuinely like over a year in Windward because it doesn't. It was so uncommon because of the armor changes, but it was good to see today. It was good to see today. I was really pleased to see it actually, and it was a very exciting battle. I think everyone in the commentary box will agree. I just want to say I did predict a Sons of Hercules win. I was the only one in the commentary box that predicted a Sons of Hercules win. Once again, I take the prediction dub. Anyway,
all doubters will be shot.
I'm not buying
Who else
you
has
your
a question?
Guinness.
I'll open the floor to questions from the commentary team.
So what I'm curious about is, of course, again, you've fought so many battles and you've come out on top. But is there a battle in particular that you really enjoyed? Or something that challenged you, really?
Let me see.
Well,
I like the
bring
brawling.
back up
There's
the
no
standards.
brawling. I was gonna be afraid. I was very afraid that it was gonna be all French, just the whole way through. Okay, let me see. The Evil Marines was very fun. That's true. The Autism Avengers was good as well. We had quite a lot. Yes, actually, there was a battle here. We had a certain Carpenter go AFK. That was a very challenging battle. Yes, I think was that against the Autism Avengers?
It was against Evil Marines.
Right. Oh yeah, against Evil Marines. Oh, he's saying something.
I remember that. I remember that battle. Don't worry. We
He's
covered
gotta
that
reply.
one on here.
It's funny is that we won that round, but we lost the other one.
That was another great fight, to be fair.
No, I mean, the Feral battle was fun. The Evil Marines battle was pretty fun. Autism Avengers was pretty fun. I was actually surprised the Evil Marines, they did the French. I really was expecting them to just come over and board me. And they, this has been a very surprising topic because the boarding situation is always very complicated in Windward to gauge each individual guy on whether we're good and we're better or not in melee. I thought actually, I told my crew right before we spawned the ships, I thought if they try to board us, we'll probably win. Because, I mean, these guys are very good at melee, I'm not good at melee at all, personally. That is my one weakness. No, my one weakness. That is my weakest spot. I'm not good at melee. I've never been. But I thought, these guys are pretty good at melee. If we get boarded, we'll be fine. And I was surprised from feeling just to ram in the front there. I thought, okay, he's gonna go under me and then try to get my stern. But no, he turned downwind. It's very surprising.
Tell you what, it certainly was interesting to see. It made it very exciting when you guys rammed. Can I just say that?
It was. It was. You know what's funny is that all the time in internals, whenever the juniors ram, I always tell them, don't do that. That's bad commanding. Don't ram. And then here we are in the finals, and we're all ramming because we don't want to give up the weather game.
Going back to square one. I have a question.
Yeah, pretty much.
Before I let Eminos or Intel sneak in, I'll let them ask the question in a second. What do you think gave you the edge in the end, and gave you the win? What do you think it was that gave your crew an advantage?
I think I just got a really, really, really well-rounded crew. I mean, I'll bring them up in a bit here, but I have a really well-rounded crew. I had complete confidence in them and what they could do here in the ship. And my commanding wise, I knew that if I got into a brawl, I'd probably have a slight upper hand, not that massive, but no, I mean, the Sturricks, here, I was given a lot of opportunities to go in Sturrick, and I took them, and yeah, barrel fire here. When they turn out and you see that actually, they're looking kind of low, you kind of smell blood there. So, no, but absolutely, I salute Finley, and thank you. Those were very kind words, and I appreciate it really. They fought a really good battle, I thought. The second round, definitely you should have turned up when you could have got on my stern big time.
No, he wouldn't get it. We were discussing that, and in my personal opinion,
I don't agree with Eminos here, actually.
I think he could have struck his jibs, just stayed there, and had a really good chance to get my stern.
We didn't agree. In the commentary, we had a little disagreement over whether he could have turned up wind or not. Anyway, we won't get into it too much just now. That'll be for the Monday Night Football gang. Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville later on. Typhoon or Eminos, did one of you have a question?
So, of course, you've now come out on top. Out of all the commanders there are in Windward, though, is there one which you are the most scared to face?
Oh, can we get a call out, like a boxing call out, like a?
Come on, who are you? No, I want to know
Boxing
who you're
call-out.
most scared to face.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
you know, nobody ever surpasses his teacher. I'd say Log is the best commander in my opinion, but I'll never fight him. So
You'll never fight him, really?
You know what? We're
No,
gonna set this up. We're
don't
gonna
do
have a
that.
pay to watch,
No,
pay to
no.
view, pay to view boxing.
I would
match
decline.
Log
I would
and
decline.
MP4.
I would,
You would beat Log these days. Log at his prime was a great
No,
commander,
no,
but I
I'd
don't
never
think,
say
I don't think he's been commanding for a while. Bless him. But it's an interesting one to propose. The master versus the apprentice would sure be entertaining. Immunos, did you have a question?
I can't really think of any question.
Oh, no. Sorry, I thought you had a question you were gonna ask. 54. Is there?
I have a question.
Oh, go on, Alex.
Obviously, we saw a lot of maneuvers from both sides, especially Sons of Hercules. What do you and your crew think of the new armor update?
amazing. I really like it. I think it's a step in the positive direction for Windward. Less slug fights, more brawls. They're more fun for the crew. They're more fun for the sailors. It shows better commanding than just staying in there and firing for 10 minutes and then side switching and doing it again. I think this is a positive change, and if I can do something here for Windward, I want to say brawling is way more fun than staying in there and then side switching. That's not nice.
It's
That's
definitely
not
fun.
good.
It's very fun to watch. Both sides just going at each other. The common death loop that we used to see like a year and a half. It's definitely very interesting to see, and made it for a good battle. So
One final question before we maybe drag some of your crew in. Should we expect to see anyone, or I mean, you as part of EDC back in the day, in the original regatta and first season, should we expect to see some form of N54 Spanish team in second season of the upcoming regatta?
Definitely, my sailing corp has been begging me for this for about I don't know when the last one was, but yeah, they've been absolutely begging me about this. So yeah, we'll 100% be back.
We have a
We'll be
big
there.
team working on race routes right now. I'm actually not involved in the making of the routes right now. We have a big team working on it. Lots of people behind the scenes. Big shout out to those people. Shall we, before we wrap up, very quickly drag in a couple of your...
Sure.
I think
Okay, let's see. Mr. I like to drag in Mr. Kidder, my EXO, Mr. Airhell, Commander, leader of my Marines, Mr. Building Man, and Ace. Is that possible? Can we get all of them? I mean, they all deserve it.
Yep. So, was it all our Balin, yeah?
Airhell, yes. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Okay, no cursing, guys. Behave yourselves. All right.
Is that everyone?
Okay.
What?
What the hell? Why would we
I
do
want to
that?
curse though. What?
And Commander, please.
Were you missing anybody? And Commander, okay. Okay,
Commander,
guys.
Commander 960.
In your opinions, let's go one by one. Just give me a one-word answer. So your answers, I'm going to ask you which was your favorite battle to partake in that you were a part of. You can either say the final against RBYC, the semi-final versus Evil Marines, or the quarter-final versus Autism Avengers. Or you could say versus Good Marines. Did you even?
I would like to go first, and I would say it's definitely the final one for undisclosed reasons.
But give us the undisclosed reasons.
I agree. I agree.
I agree.
I need to ask.
wow, okay.
Need to ask for an explanation. Is that possible?
No, sir.
Undisclosed.
Undisclosed. Okay.
Some shenanigans.
That's good. How was the whole team cohesion then? I'll start with Killer. I'll ask Killer. How was the whole team cohesion?
So I was on sales, and me and NC4 were like, we've been like together. We're like married or anything, but like, or dating. But we've been in Windward. We've been in Windward for like 2 or 3 years or something, and we've like served in White Squadron. And now we're in XO and CO and Cadiz, and so we're pretty synchronized and everything. We know how to do everything together.
See, that's something we actually discussed in the semi-final coverage and in the final coverage. If you watch it, you'll see we do talk about the fact your team was very cohesive. So, have all of you been serving together for a long time? Because we were talking about how well organized you were. Have you all been together for a long time?
I
Yes.
think till like March or something.
Me
Basement,
and
did you
Building
join?
Man have been here since before N54.
Yes, we've been in here since August of 24, and we've been very good
Yeah.
friends since then.
You're a good mate, is what I got here.
Yes.
That's good to hear, man. When are you guys? My next question is, when are you guys all defecting to Blue Squadron?
Never.
Never.
We would
Never
never
in
be
our
going
lives.
with Matt.
No, never,
Actually,
never.
Lies
no,
of
no.
abysmal.
Bro,
Actually, they're coming to
me-
us.
Oh, come on.
Me and NC4 were originally from White, so we're never gonna do that. We're never.
Boo.
Yeah, that's true. There's some
I'm in
roots
Spain
there.
for
you
my
know.
whole life. I will stay in Spain for my whole life.
Agreed.
Breach, Commander,
Viva
breach.
España.
Breach.
If you guys want, I will ask,
Indeed.
what kind of events would you guys like to see more of? I mean, have
Oh,
there been
more
any-
of this.
more of these kind of
Agreed. Yeah.
Definitely.
It's not even about the Robux.
out
It's
to
just,
the
it's
Robux.
just so fun. This
More
is just
gunnery.
amazing.
Lying, you stupid ass Jew.
Hey! Come on now! Hey, relax! Alright, the veil is gonna fail, and there's no more veil. Here we go.
All right.
Alright, we're all gonna
Too
chill.
much for you, Buster.
Gunnery carry.
I'm
gunnery
raising your
carry.
I'm pleased to
taxes.
hear it was popular. I'm pleased to hear it was popular. It was a big success. So thanks so much for participating. Congratulations on the wins. I expect to see most of you in the upcoming Regatta League because
Sure.
there's a lot of people interested,
Absolutely.
and since you guys have won this, and you were a lot of you, I think, were in the old Regatta League, it would be good to get you back. Finally, which is the best faction? I'm going to ask you one by one. Just answer. Which is the best faction in Windward right now?
Spain.
Which squad?
Yeah.
You all Cadiz?
Yeah.
Oh, we're all
Everybody's
Cadiz.
good.
Yeah, we're all cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Cadiz.
Well,
Hello?
Who's the second best squadron in the game then?
mm,
Uh,
I'm gonna say for all. Gotta love for all.
yes, yes.
That cap.
Yes,
that
we love
sounds
our
like
guys
cap.
from Farrell.
That's not cap. For all is
I mean,
amazing.
And the
I-
30
in
is
my-
Cartagena, yeah.
In my
Yeah,
personal
but
opinion, I think it
what about
depends
that?
on the battle. I think it depends on the battle, honestly.
More
I
like-
mean, when they have these mercs, they're the best. But if they don't, then they're just second. Just saying.
so outside of Spain then. Outside of Spain. Give me the run.
I mean,
Oh.
from in my opinion, it'd either be like Rochefort or Anvers.
Oh, yeah,
I
they
think
are
they're
pretty
pretty
good.
Yeah, Ambers, yeah, would
I
be
think
second.
we have a battle against Rochefort in 6 minutes.
No, they
yeah.
cancelled.
Oh, what?
Oh my
Ooh.
They have been
N54 fight me. N54
Massive
fight
Spain
me. I
internal
don't know.
today. How about that? Massive Cadiz internal.
Quiet. Come on.
So
We're in an
If
interview.
you guys,
here.
did you guys need to get off for a battle?
No, they
Nah,
canceled.
we're
it.
good.
No, no.
Okay,
Got
fair
cancelled.
enough.
We
Fair
can
enough.
talk all day.
Does anyone else have any questions from the commentary team? Iminos, Alex, Intel?
What is your favorite university
Project Silence.
meal?
Okay, we're gonna go through one by one again.
Surprised to see
I want to hear your best
so
meals
little
you can
battles
cook.
from this.
Let's start with command. I'm gonna down the list. You gotta have the best meal you can cook.
Abysmal.
I can cook personally.
Yeah.
That would be pastry with wild boar and some vegetables.
Pastry.
I cooked it for I
Like a
cooked it
croissant?
for no, like
That's baking, not cooking.
yes.
Yeah, but I know, but a pastry
But
isn't like.
But you cook
put it in
the
hot
stuff you
water.
put into the pastry. You cook the stuff you put into the pastry.
Yeah, well, like a pie.
Yeah, just with actual food inside.
Man, that's actually quite advanced. What the hell? Yeah, fair enough, bro. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
We were earlier on. Because me and Intel, the whole time we've been discussing best foods you can cook. Because me and Intel were talking about university meals we cook, and we were like maximum 10 minutes.
I mean,
because we were so lazy.
I mean, I only cooked
So
that
lazy.
stuff once. It's the best one I can cook, but normally if I'm in a hurry, I do like noodles with ketchup.
That's fair. Noodles with ketchup. That's
Ugh.
that's
vile.
to be desired. to be fair. Ace, give us your best meal you can cook.
Microwave.
I would
hot
say
sauce,
I would say a tortilla with caramelized onion and a side of bread. Always a good one.
Nah, Ace, where's the picture of you with microwaved hot dogs on a fucking paper plate for your dinner?
I remember that one.
I still
that
have
up.
it somewhere, probably on my phone. Yeah, I should send it to one of you.
All right, Killer, give me something good, man. Give me something with a little bit of green in it.
Yeah. What's the question again?
What's the best meal you can cook? What's your go-to meal? And I'm just praying it's something with a little bit of greenery in it.
Probably RBYC.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's. I mean, that's undercooked. That.
Tragic.
That's. That. It's a low
That's
skill
diabolical.
level. Low skill level cookery right there. Building man. That's how you know this man can't cook, because he actually. Bro was like trying to think of a funny comeback to avoid saying that he can't cook.
I'm going to relay my order that I give at my local diner every day or every week. I get 3 pancakes, 2 sides of bacon, and 2 things of rye toast.
Oh, you didn't
I,
catch
Ask me
that.
the question. You
Guys,
said things you
Okay,
can
I can make pancakes and bacon.
guys, if you want to see the microwave hot dogs, look in VC. Look in the mustard.
Oh my
chat, by the way.
God.
That's Ace's dinner. He had that
Don't
dinner.
look at that, guys.
Look at that.
Let me for a moment.
Actually, I want to change my answer to whatever Ace is eating because that looks delicious.
They look raw.
That is terrible.
That is tasty as hell.
Balin, what's your best meal, mate?
Probably a good English roast dinner.
That's good. That's
Ooh,
good.
that's a good-
Finally. That's a good meal.
We'll go
Right.
fucking British, babe.
Okay, what do you get? What do you have? What do you have on the side? What like veggies and stuff?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fucking picky bastard. I really.
He's a
picky.
fat ass.
I'm not. Thank you, buddy, man. Thank you. I'll remember that. I will admin abuse you now.
I'm sorry, Dylan. The best
I don't
crew
even
isn't
know.
always the.
Just basic.
The best crew has the worst manners.
The best girls eat the
Yes.
food, apparently. N54, please. Did we already ask you this? Oh yeah, you said.
M54 is children.
You said nude.
Undisciplined rankers are the best rankers.
Turns for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, and as a snack as well. So there you go.
Okay.
Hold on, did
I
he say
make those of little
turds?
children for dinner.
I heard
Delicious.
turd.
Genius.
Right, I'll give you 1 second to say whatever you want to say is your final remarks after winning. First of all, finally, congratulations. Anything final to say before we kick you all back off the stage?
Gunnery GG. Gunnery GG. Kid is gunnery carry. You best believe.
Yeah.
Kid is gunnery. Best in the game. Best in the game.
Battle where you allegedly left.
Other gunners come at me.
About
Other
the
gunners come at
lack
me.
of battle fires in the
Infantry
finals.
GG. No 40% flooding. Nothing above.
Thanks,
Alex
Jack.
knows my skill.
It's been
I
a
was
pleasure.
surprised about the
Right.
lack of
Bless
battle fires
America.
at the final.
God bless our troops.
Send those guys back to Spain. See you later, N54. Congratulations, mate. We'll contact you regarding the prizes and everything. Congratulations. Thanks for participating. Means a lot.
All right. Thank you, Dylan, for organizing this. Salute. Goodbye.
Thank you very much. Okay. Did we lose Immunos? Did we lost Immunos somewhere in the internet? Anyway,
No.
we'll wrap up by saying to anyone that's watching, or anyone that's been in the audience tonight, or anyone that participated in the entire tournament so far, so every single team, even especially the teams that got to the final, Finley and his guys especially, N54 and his guys especially, huge thanks for the effort that went into it and the participation, and making it a big success. Do you guys have anything final to say, Alex?
No, not really.
Intel?
I think it'd be a fun battle. I think
Here is a
day
crazy
was.
idea to all the people currently here. Please, can you actually subscribe to that channel? Purely on the basis of it. No, hear me out. Hear me out. This works in your favor as well. If we can get monetization, we can actually have more prizes, bro. Think about
imagine
it,
we get
people.
monetized and we just pump the money back into Windward. Like, hire a
Please think
scripter.
about it. Subscribe to the channel. Like a video. You will never watch the video. Go to bed with the video playing in the background. I promise
Imagine
you.
one of our videos goes viral, we earn £10,000 and then put it back into a Windward tournament.
Guys, imagine
£10,000
£10,000
Windward tournament.
in Robux.
It'd be
That's about what,
ultimate
500
stress
Robux? 500 Robux,
Imagine
guys?
it's £10,000 to a barrel fire.
Don't
All right, I appreciate that a lot. Thanks for coming, everyone in the audience tonight. Thanks for everyone that's participated again, and we're super glad that everyone enjoyed it. We'll see you guys in the next one. December Regatta League Season 2. It is coming. Okay, so prepare your teams, prepare your participants, get excited. I've heard a lot of hype about it, and a lot of people contacting me. We have a good team working on it right now around the clock. So huge thanks to everyone that's participated in tonight and the Trafalgar event. So have a lovely evening, everyone. Intel, Alex, have a good evening.
You too.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.